Alright, in this video we go over how important it is for us to perform a follow-up inspection on every Icon Rocklear install and two of the most common things that we run into when performing them. The first is chemical stains and the second is application lines or streaks. If you're more interested in watching us remove the streaks first, then feel free to use the video playback slider down below to skip to that chapter. We filmed both vehicles on 2 separate days and found it best to combine them into one video because we were fixing common issues in both of them. If you're new here, we're Dragon Auto, and we are vehicle protection specialists here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Since starting, we've already helped over 3,000 clients protect their vehicles with our services, and our goal in making videos on YouTube is to help our clients become informed about our services so that way they can make the decision that is best for them about what kind of service to get. With that all being said, let's get right into the video. Today, our client has returned with his BMW X5 that we previously coated with Icon Rocklear to get his follow-up inspection done. And if you've ever wondered why we do them, this is why. My name is Noah, founder and co-owner of Dragon Auto, here with
Jen, the other co-owner of Dragon Auto.
And we're going to be explaining what we're going to do to remove this and why we perform a follow-up inspection in the first place. The client had texted us previously that this was on the vehicle, and at first they thought potentially this could be some sort of issue with the Rocklear coating. However, it looks like on closer inspection, if I take my fingernail, it feels like a dried waxy substance. This is the first time we've ever seen something like this, so honestly, I have no idea what it is because normally tree sap does not have this type of pattern, but nonetheless, we're going to be able to remove it using a chemical now that the Rocklear has fully hardened. So we're going to use the Kosh Chemi adhesive and stain remover that we like to use. We're just going to dabble a little bit here on the towel, and that's going to break down this waxy substance without harming the Rocklear coating now that it is fully cured. So we're just going to go ahead and work that in. We can already see that we have a lot of removal here. The chemical is doing the heavy lifting for us and breaking down this dry substance so that way it can be easily lifted out. So Jen is going to go at it. Jen has finished using the adhesive remover to remove that waxy substance, and you can see here that there is a little bit of towel marks from the rubbing and a little bit of staining from the chemical that sat on there, but for the most part it is pretty clean. So we are going to go ahead and hit that with the polisher, just give it a light polish on the surface to remove that, and it should be good as new again. We're going to check and go through several more rounds of this because after each close-up inspection there was still just a little bit left, and we want to make sure that it is completely gone. Now I have the close-up shots here where you can see that the stain from whatever substance was left to sit on top of the coating is completely polished away, as well as all of the fine scratches from the towel while we were in the process of wiping it off with the Kosh Chemi adhesive remover. So now that we've finished inspecting the rest of the car and polishing any other necessary areas that may have needed it, we're going to finish this out by applying our quick detail spray onto the drying towel here and just giving the car one final wipe down. This spray is going to help boost up the hydrophobics a little bit and also boost up the gloss and shine so it's a little bit shinier for the client when they leave. Besides that, our inspection wash will pretty much be all done. As you saw us demonstrate, that is why it is super important for us to see the vehicle one last time after we apply the Icon Rocklear coating. When it is fully cured, we want to make sure that there are no chemical stains of any sort from any type of weird substances, especially in the summertime when there are bird poop, tree sap, and bugs flying around in the environment, getting on freshly coated cars, and the hot temperatures can bake a stain into the surface. Besides that, the Rocklear has cured wonderfully on this BMW, and you can see the insane gloss on the hood here, really highlighting that dark metallic blue when it is under some lighting. After getting Icon Rocklear on his Tesla Model Y, our client just came back for his follow-up inspection. So we've already went and wiped down the car to make sure that we can get a nice clear look at everything and there's no dirt. And we're going to take a close-up at one of the things we're going to address for him during this follow-up. So right here, you can see that there is a small streak mark around the Tesla badge. And typically why that happens is that we have to mask off things like chrome, because if we just slap Rocklear right on top of the chrome, it's actually gonna rainbow and look kind of ugly. So we tape these off instead, and occasionally the very edge of the masking tape can leave a little bit of adhesive exposed. If the applicator touches the adhesive while we're working with it, it does mix with the Rocklear, but this mark is on the surface. So once the Rocklear has had a chance to fully cure, we're gonna come back and polish this out, which is what I'm about to do right now. Let's go ahead and take care of this for our client so that way we can get a perfect mirror finish hood for him. So you might not expect it, but the material that I'm using to polish the car is actually denim. So CarPro makes a denim pad that has the equivalent of 2K wet sanding without leaving behind sanding marks. So I'm effectively sanding this hardened layer of Rocklear to get rid of these surface imperfections. If I used a polishing pad, I can still cut through the material, but I would be here all day. So instead, this is super safe for the surface because it's not going to leave behind a bunch of scratched up sanding marks while still getting me the cut that we need. All right, now let's take a closer look at how that is looking. So right up on top where the streak mark was, pretty much completely gone. I can't see any trace of it anymore. And on top of that, there is no sanding marks left over. Beautiful. So when the Rocklear is fresh, I'm not able to sand it right then and there as much as I would love to because it's so soft that hitting it with such an aggressive cutting compound would just rip it right off the surface. So I have to let it harden all the way, then we can come back in, sand it, or polish it in this case. It's like a mix of sanding and polishing. I'm using a denim pad, you guys get the point. I can come back in, buff it out with the denim pad, and then it is gone and we are good. Additionally, if for any reason any of the application lines on the car were to not settle down, once again, I can also hit it with the denim pad. So I'm gonna go ahead and check on other areas of the car because he did mention that it did get some scratches. You know, with it not being fully hardened all the way, this is gonna be more prone to scratches in the first month than any time afterwards, as well as any chemical stains from bird poop and tree sap. I believe he did point one out to me on this side of the car. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, so it looks like I found another streak right there. So we do mask this off, and then potentially a little bit of the adhesive towards the side right here had been sticking out. So right there, right up close, little streak mark. I'll come over with the denim pad. We'll get this one out as well. So back here looks pretty good on the spoiler area. I do see one potential chemical stain right here. Maybe something from a tree had sat on there for a bit too long when the Rocklear is still in the process of curing. Besides that, most of the car looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish hitting those areas and we'll be all set. All right, now for the close-up. So we'll get up close right there. Boom, all gone. So that is why it is super critical for us to check on the Rocklear post-application to make sure that any of these can be addressed. For the chemical stain, right over here, looks like that was some tree sap or some bird poop. Let's try and get the light on it. That guy right there. I'll go ahead and wipe it off first. See if it comes off with a little bit of wiping. Okay, so no dice. So that tells me that's not on the surface. Something sat for too long while the Rocklear is still fresh. So, got the denim pad. Okay, so we got that about 50%, so let me hit it some more. Nice. By the way, as a side note, if you see this level of texture and orange peel in the finish, this is a Tesla factory paint kind of issue. This is not a Rocklear has orange peel issue. You can easily verify that by going online. I think at this point the entire internet knows that Tesla paint is like the crappiest in the automotive industry, and you can totally see it in the finish. Rocklear does not fix factory orange peel. If the person doing the paint job on this car did a poor job, it's like polishing a turd, you know? But as far as our chemical stain here goes, it's all gone. Probably got another one right over here. Looks like maybe he parks near a tree, maybe either at home or at work. We'll switch to the wide angle view. Maybe you guys can see that easier now. Boom, right there, and right there. So try to wipe those off. No dice. So that means it is a stain. As you saw right there, it is super important that the car comes back for that post-Rocklear inspection if we want to clean up any of those small nitty-gritty little details. And if you are in the San Francisco Bay Area and would ever like to get your car protected, preserved, or restored with one of our services like ceramic coating, Icon Rocklear, or paint protection film, hit the first link in the description to get in touch with us, and hopefully we can speak soon. Catch you in the next one. If you want to see exactly how we apply Icon Rocklear and preserve a car's paint, check out our GTR video where we walk through the entire process step by step that's on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and hit subscribe if you want to see more cars getting the Dragon Auto treatment.